There we go. We are live. Mr. Andrew Della, welcome to our Tuesday evening live episode here.
Hello. Hopefully my
Hello,
internet isn't the problem.
Yeah. Hey, you're in the USA. I thought it had the fastest internet in the universe.
Debatable. Some places do.
I think I'm not going to say it, but there may be a few things that are debatable right now. Okay. So there you go. So welcome everyone. We're here to have a quick conversation on bodies. Andrew and myself are both Access Consciousness 3-day body facilitators, which is, man, it is a phenomenal class. And so many people ask me to put that class into words, and I'm like, yeah, that you come along 3 days of these body processes, and what gets me so excited about facilitating them is things show up in the strangest ways for people.
Yeah. Totally.
And I also,
I think anything with your body shows up in the strangest way possible, because you can't, when you get out of control, things just show up.
Yeah, totally. How, man, I've realized that recently. One of the things I've been doing recently is learning Spanish. And I've been saying this for, I'm at El Lugar Resort in Costa Rica. And I've been coming to Costa Rica for the last 10 years. And every time I come here, I need to learn Spanish. But I never do it. And I realized I had such a point of view that I'm never going to be able to learn this. But the thing that's been really helpful on this trip and allowed me to learn more in a week than I have in the last 10 years is not trying to control how much of it I remember.
It's so funny when you think about it like that, though.
Totally. And it was, for me, what I noticed is it was the willingness to let go and just trust my body. I asking my body, hey, body, can you help me with this? And it's been quite amazing.
Yeah. I think it's so interesting when you do just ask your body for something like that too, and then it starts doing it. Because there's so much, I'm learning, with learning languages and stuff, when you think you can't speak the way they speak or move your tongue or the different pronunciations. And then you just ask your body and all of a sudden you start doing it, but you're not thinking about it.
Yeah.
But you're doing it.
Yeah. And being it, and that's I had this interesting thing over the holidays where I was in Australia for some family stuff, and I was flying to Europe to facilitate classes. And basically, with the way my schedule worked out, I was leaving Australia, flying to Europe, to Poland, and starting the next day, getting there that evening, starting class, facilitating class the next day. And I started going, oh my God, I'm going to be so tired. How am I going to do it? I started having all of those things. Like, minute, I'm creating this tiredness with my point of view. And I started asking my body, and I was like, okay, so if this wasn't a problem, body, can you help me with this? Body, what would it take for this to be total ease? And it was interesting because I got there to Europe that night, got up the next day, and I was instantaneously just there. And I was like, wow. And for me, the interesting part was to look at it as this is what my body and I created. This is where we're at now. This is how it is. What would it have been if I kept that point of view? And it was clearly I would have been exhausted. I would have been cranky. I would have been not wanting, all of that stuff that we do to ourselves.
Which all would have been your body's problem too.
Right? Yeah.
Nothing to do with you and your point of view about thinking how exhausted you were going to be.
I know. Yeah, great.
I think I've had so many of those things where you're saying, where I just realized I changed my point of view as my body. There's been times where I'm traveling like you, and I only can get a couple hours of sleep, and I just go to ask. I'm like, okay, buddy, well, what would it take to get enough energy and relaxation or rest in the 3 hours we have to sleep? Are you
Yeah.
reading the chat? Going,
I'm reading the chat and somebody's saying 67 a lot. Is that?
yeah, I don't know what it actually means. I know it's a thing. It was a thing, but
I think we've got, I think
I
we
think you
might
got a
have,
bot.
I think we might have a robot in the chat. It's freaking out. Stop saying 67. Okay. Hi, Mexico. So we called this live, Is Your Body the Problem? As a bit of a trick question, because I mean, the conversation is about how much we tend to make our bodies the problem when it really is our point of view that's creating it. And I've seen this time and time again with myself personally, but also with people, you know, coming along to classes and facilitating with these tools is, what point of view do you have? What point of view do I have creating this?
Mm-hmm. And I think the other thing that I like about the body classes is you don't have to think about it. So often it's like we have all these points of views and you think you have to think about it and write them down and then discuss it and then maybe look at changing it, rather than just having the body processes run and receiving that energy, and all of a sudden things change with your body, things relax with your body. It's all of a sudden so much easier just to communicate and, you know, work with your body in a different way.
Yeah, and work with your body, you know, and that's the other part. From that's one of the things I've learned over the years, is being present with my body and not working against it, not trying to force it into things. I find it interesting being here at Elugar on this trip, because one of the things that this place shows me is the space of relaxation. And I always thought relaxation was this form of laziness, you know, like to relax, you sit around, you do nothing, that's relaxation. And usually when I come here to Elugar, it's like you have this sense of tiredness that isn't actually tiredness. It's this, your body actually becoming present and being present with the space that's actually available to have with your body. And one of the things that I noticed on this trip is it hasn't been there. Actually, a lot of energy, and my body's been doing a lot more physical activity, but more from that same space of relaxation. And I noticed for myself, we have so many points of view, so many ways that we define these things that go on with our bodies. Like, oh, this is tiredness. I am tired, meaning I'm creating tiredness, rather than, you know, these 4 questions that we talk about in Access that I love and do my best to use with everything. What is this? What do I do with it? Can I change it? And if so, how do I change it?
Mm-hmm.
I love all of your pictures behind you, your ranch
Thank
wall.
You. Yeah, you know, got to keep it pretty out here, even
You got to
indoors.
keep it pretty in the farmhouse.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I noticed, I was like, wow, this is all of life truly can come to you with ease and joy and glory if you're willing to, you know, be present.
Well, I think the amount of time is where I've had things like where you with your body, you've misidentified and misapplied things, and so then you create your body based off of that, and rather than it's just looking at what the actual energy is. The amount of times where I've had things where I'm like, oh, my body's really tired, and I'm like, wait, are you tired, or is it something else? Okay, buddy, it's something else. Oh, so what is it? Oh, it's we're relaxed. Oh, I'm
Yeah.
present. Oh, I have way more energy than I can even imagine, but that's tired? What? And so it's very interesting. And with our body, we've been taught we have to kind of do and force. So there's always this kind of, you know, if you just let your body go and didn't pay attention to it or something, or were lazy with it, it would like fall apart. Like you need to be there to like control the steering of it. Like it's not this, self, like it doesn't have an awareness and know how to create itself. Like
Yeah.
if you weren't consciously forcing your body to breathe, it wouldn't breathe, which is like, no, your body breathes. Like you don't have to control it. It knows how to do it.
It's so true though. Isn't it just a phenomenal gift that we have with us?
Yeah.
And I love that you said that too, from, you just reeled off half a dozen awarenesses that you had from one question.
Yeah.
What is this? And that question with everything. And like you said, we've been so misinformed. And I get more awareness every day on just how much our point of view creates everything.
Mm-hmm. And I think, with bodies, it's also where you're, like you get such, like your body gives you so much feedback about your point of view, you don't even realize it's like your point of view. You're like, no, this is my body doing it. It's not showing me what my point of view is.
Yep, totally.
I mean, I remember the one time where I was like one of the questions in English that we ask is what can't you stand, right? Obviously alluding to the things that are annoying you or frustrating you, but I would have days where I would be on my feet the whole time and my feet would start hurting because I was obviously up walking around in class or working or doing something, but I was on my feet the whole day. And so that was okay for my feet to be tired. And then I started running that thing and I started realizing I had all these points of views about, how I couldn't stand things. And all of a sudden it was difficult to stay on my feet. And I started clearing those things. And then I can be on my feet all day without it being this problem, without me going to complaining or whining or suffering or anything like that.
Yeah. How cool is that though, that you can change things like that in a heartbeat? And that the willingness to have the awareness. Like I've heard myself say so many times, I'm so tired of this, or I'm so sick of this, or I can't stand this, or this is just, you don't want to do this as a pain in the ass because you never know what that's going to create.
I can tell you what it's going to create: pains in a certain location.
Yeah.
And I think it's funny because I mean, I've done all of that with people, and it's funny how quickly it can change when they actually when you just do the clearings, and you're like, oh my gosh, it wasn't my body that was holding this all in place.
Yeah. I know. Isn't it interesting? When you're willing to be conscious, you allow your body to show up in ways that is just incredible.
Yeah. And I think it's always interesting when you have the stuff of you changing your points of views, and then we add in the body processes that are in the 3-day class that you get to learn in the 3-day class, because all of a sudden you open up this space where the body can change and receive, and where you're not kind of controlling with your points of views. And you just, I don't know, I can't really put it into words. It's just amazing because you see the body shifting and changing and receiving in a different way, and the person changing in a new space and possibility opening up for them to be present with their body in a different way.
Yeah, truly. I know. I've noticed a lot more so recently. Like the last 3-day body class I facilitated was in Budapest. Mm-hmm. And I noticed after the first day that people are so much more there. Like, when you see somebody and they're just like, there's a softness about them. There's a presence about them. And whereas that wasn't necessarily there when, you come along to a class or any of these different things that you might choose. And it's like, and there's all of those things like, oh, what is this? What's this going to create? And how, all the ways in which you can define it in order to see what you're going to get from it. And Access is so the antithesis of that. Like I remember doing my first foundation class, which is one of the first classes in Access. And I had no idea what this was going to be. I was like, it was me and just myself and the facilitator, we started this class, and I was so grateful that I had no idea, but I also didn't care. I was just like, I'm going along, whatever this is, I'm just going for it. And it was that class changed everything for me. I was just like, oh wow, this could actually be possible. And I've watched that with people also who come along and they have that with their body. Okay, so for the next 3 days, I'm just going to be here. I'm going to forget about this idea that all of this is a problem. I cannot change it. What am I going to, and all the control and all the things that we do. I'm just going to be here, and I'm going to be present. And to the best of my ability, I'm going to receive. Watching what comes from that is a beautiful thing. And Andrew Gardella and myself have one of these 3-day body classes coming up at the ranch, which is this beautiful property it's like an hour or so from Houston.
Hour and a half outside of Houston, or an hour and a half outside of Austin, depending on.
And this place is just, it's wonderful. So we'll be doing a 3-day body class there coming up very soon. I think it's April 24th.
Yep.
April 24th to the 26th. Basically, with this class, the foundation class that I just mentioned is the prerequisite for it. And it's 3 days of just body processes, energetic body work that is that. There you go. There's my explanation.
I like it.
And just what is going on in this chat?
I think it's just your YouTube.
Your birthday? Oh, Rockio. That wow, there you go. See?
Now you got a good excuse.
Now you got a good excuse to gift that sweet little body of yours. Gift it some loving. So if that sounds like fun, check it out. There is also there is a lot of body process facilitators around the world. If you're listening, no matter where you are listening to this, check it out on Access Consciousness. You can go to Access Consciousness something, Andrew.
accessconsciousness.com/body, maybe.
There you go. All right.
Let's see. I'm testing it out right now as we speak.
Okay.
My internet is deciding not to work. I mean, accessconsciousness.com, and you can go click.
There you go. And just go and, have fun. Have fun on the website. But just know that there is, man, have I learned so many.
It's /bodies.
/bodies. There you go. Mm-hmm. Multiple, plural version of that.
Yes.
Hey, I just got to say that you all out there speaking Spanish, this whole thing with masculine, feminine, and all of that is just, it's an interesting language. I'm just going to put that out there right now. There you go. Bodies. Yeah. Are you writing an email now? Are you just?
No, I was like looking. I was like, what's on this body thing?
He's like, now that I'm on the website. Oh my goodness, this is amazing. I'm gonna check that out.
What is this body? So what does it show? I was like, does it even have what we're saying it does? But it does.
It does. It has what?
Yeah, it has the 3D body classes on it and stuff. I was just laughing.
Good. There you go.
Yeah, sorry. I went on a trip. I'm back.
It's all good, brother. It's all good. So that's us. I'm not quite sure what else to say right now. So there you go.
Nope. I think he said it all. That's all.
So come play, come check out Access. We got, we're all having too much fun. So if you like to have fun, come along. If you like something different as your life, man, has my life changed over the last, it's been 16 years now. And I am grateful for every day of it. So come check it out. Come play. Come find a class. Come whatever. Come have some fun.
There you go.
Thank you, Andrew.
Thank you, Brendon.
See you guys. Bye.
Bye.
Have fun.